If you're a business owner wanting to scale, one of the first things you focus on is building out a team. But here's the thing. Delegating wrong can cost you 2 times, 3 times, if not even 4 times the cost of your time. Let me teach you in 5 steps exactly how to delegate so that you can trust your hire to execute your strategy and work towards your mission. They might do it just as well as you, if not even better than you. You'll also learn how to set them up for success so that they stick around with you long term, so that ultimately frees you up to focus on the needle moving drivers of your business. Hey, I'm Lisa. I've been doing business for the past 16 years, and I have built and sold a business that didn't require me to be in it day to day. And now, as a business coach, I'm on a mission to help business owners like you free up your time, learn how to hire your dream team so that you can buy back time and have the freedom to own a business that actually fits in with your lifestyle. Delegating can be distilled into 5 categories. What you need to get done, onboarding projects to make sure that they get the easy tasks done before moving on to harder tasks, systemizing your process, managing the process, and reviewing the process. Okay, so first, write down a list of all the things that you actually want to delegate. How do you decide which tasks to give them first? Choose the task that is most frustrating to you. To do this, just ask yourself, what is the most time-consuming task that I dread, or find no joy in it, or find no fulfillment in it? For most business owners I work with, and even from my experience, these typically aren't the strategic tasks, but more the routine operational tasks that you do every single day. For example, a strategic task might be planning out your 3-year vision, whereas an operational routine task might be responding to customer inquiries every day. Then what you do is prioritize your tasks from most frustrating down to least frustrating. And that leads us onto our next step, baby steps. When you first hire your person, you want to start them off with a small project. A mistake that a lot of business owners make is that they delegate all of these tasks to your new hire in the one go. You don't want to overwhelm them. You actually want to set them up for success. Don't forget that their experience with you and your business is important. And this is what a lot of business owners forget. If they don't have a good onboarding experience with you, then they're going to quit. And then you're going to find yourself back at square one again, where you're overloaded with all of the to-dos and nobody to actually delegate it to. So when you think about this first baby project, make sure that it's actually designed to give them your most frustrating task so that it gets off your shoulder, but it gives you room to actually test their skills and see how they go with this first project. This also gives you the chance to practice your delegating skills as well. This is a two-way relationship, so even though we're testing them and how great they are at actually executing on the project, we also want to make sure that we're cognizant and we think about how we actually delegate and set them up for success. To do this, you're going to have to learn how to systemize your own processes to pass them over to your hire, which leads me to my next point, how to systemize your process. An easy way to document your process is to just simply film a video of yourself walking through the process you're teaching. Having a video is fantastic because your team member can see exactly what you're doing live as you're talking about it. The next thing I do is I also write down the key steps as well. To make sure that my point comes across quite clearly, I will also consolidate this information into a written step-by-step format. Now with Loom, you can use its AI in order to actually summarize the video. If you don't have that paid plan, which I don't, then you could always take the transcript of your Loom video and then insert it into Perplexity or ChatGPT and ask it to actually summarize the steps. Or alternatively, I also use Otter.ai. Otter.ai is a place where you can upload your videos and it will also help you do the transcripts and summaries as well. Doesn't matter which software you use, there's plenty out there that can help you achieve this. One additional software that I find quite fun to use as well when it comes to delegating is Tango. So when you turn on Tango as an extension for your Google, you can go through a process of how you do things, and using AI, it will create the steps on behalf of you. And all you need to do afterwards is actually just go through the SOP and see if there are any corrections you need to make. The more you learn how to systemize your process, the more that you actually see yourself from that third person perspective of how am I actually completing this task, the better you will actually get at it. And I would love to give you a free gift. This is my free download, How to Hire Tutors for Your Team SOP. And inside this document, you can see how I've systemized my process and pass this on to other people in my team team who actually ended up doing the entire hiring process for my tutoring company. So I taught them what to write down in the job description. I taught them what to ask in an interview, exactly what to look out for in that person, so that I didn't actually need to be involved in the hiring process, which can be incredibly time consuming. So if you're interested in seeing how I actually turn a process into a written document, then that freebie is available for you in the description below and also in the card as well. Now, we've talked about the technical side of things, so the process of how you actually do it. What's next is delegating like a CEO. So you can't just expect to give them a Loom video or the steps and expect your hire to actually do things right. It's important for you as a CEO to provide clear instruction on these 4 things. 1 is the task, which is what we've just covered. 2 is the goal. So why are we actually doing this? What is the purpose of it? And what actually makes this task complete? Is it hitting inbox 0 every single day? Is it completing 10 social media posts every single week? 3rd is the deadline. People need to have deadlines so that they know how to prioritize their own time. And then the 4th, which I personally think is one of the most important ones, is how to actually communicate with you throughout the process of doing this project. So make sure you talk, don't ghost. Don't just dump the person and think that they can handle it all on their own. It's so important that you make yourself available and that you give your person timely responses if they have any questions or ask for help. Whenever I onboard a new hire, I always block out time in my calendar every single day to make sure that I prioritize them and supporting them. Because it goes back to what we were saying before, they need to feel supported so that they will show up, they will do their work, so they feel empowered and confident. And knowing that they're supported by you means that they'll build loyalty with you and will stick with you long term. So I always like to say to them, in the beginning, we're going to be talking a lot. We're going to be going back and forth with a lot of feedback. I really want you to reach out to me. There's no such things as stupid questions. There's no such thing as a too little of a question. I really want you to feel confident in what you do. So please do reach out to me. And I'll also say, as you get more and more familiar with this task, over time, we will reduce the feedback loops and how often we communicate about it, especially as you get more confident with it. And I know that you can do it on your own. Now, I've also got a bonus tip. Micromanagement kills. Please don't micromanage. Don't expect perfection and for your hire to do things exactly the way that you do them. Give them room to actually figure out their own way of doing things as long as they achieve the goal within the deadline. What this means is that you actually empower that person to figure out a method that works well for them. Let's just say that you've delegated creating YouTube thumbnails to your social media marketer. Now, maybe your technique was actually just scrolling through YouTube and finding a thumbnail that you thought stood out to you. Whereas maybe for your hire, they prefer to actually create a mood board. They prefer to actually do that research, create the mood board so they can see a general sense of what is actually working before they go and commit and create a thumbnail. Ultimately, the end goal is that you've produced one thumbnail for your YouTube video. The how you actually get there doesn't really matter so much. And when you actually leave space for your hire to be creative, to find out their own process, they feel more empowered and they feel more confident with the work that they're doing. And they actually like working with you more because they know that you trust them to do things in their own way. So even though you may give them your process, just know that it is okay for your hire to iterate on that and to develop their own formula so long as they achieve the goal that you've set for them. No one likes a micromanager. We've all been there before, with a boss who looks over our shoulder too much, with a manager who's just way too over the top. And so please don't become that person. And here's how I give feedback to anybody on my team without micromanaging. Instead of pinpointing the process that they take, exactly how they do it, I will actually just look at the result and I'll say to them, here's what I really like about this, so that they know what they need to do more of. And then I will also tell them, hey, here's what I think could be improved. And we'll do the same feedback process the next time round. Again, if you haven't downloaded my free gift to you, but you want to see how I actually create standard operating procedures, so documentation that I give to my team members, then go ahead and download that there. In that particular document, I teach them how I actually hire tutors for my tutoring team, including the job description, the interview questions and what to look out for in a new hire. And if you reach all the way until the end of this video, I just wanted to say I appreciate you so much. I would love for you to comment the word delegate just so that I know that you've reached all the way until the end of this video and you found it helpful. And also just add in what was one takeaway that you have taken from this video and that you're going to implement in your business to help scale your team successfully. And as someone who's at that stage of hiring a team, you know how hard it can be to actually deal with humans and actually build a dream team of people who love working with you and who actually want to stick around long term. And so if you want to learn more about my approach on building a dream team, I had over 35 tutors that work for me in my tutoring business. The video is how to build a business so that tutors love working for you. Even if you don't have a tutoring business, this will be helpful because I show you my philosophy around hiring and how I treat my people so they actually stick with me for years to come. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.